All right, because I've had so many questions from people over private message and Messenger and WhatsApp and Signal and email, I've decided to do a little bit more of an in-depth on the Coolfire Trainer that I have in my CZ Shadow 2. So let's get into it. This is the pouch that you get when you order the kit. It comes with a bunch of spare parts, some grease, O-rings, replacement striker tips, which I'll explain in a minute about those. Like I said, some grease, a sled for a magazine, which if you look at, goes like this into the mag. And that's to stop the magazine from locking back. All right, you get a barrel, you get a recoil spring. It's roughly a 9-pound recoil spring. You can get the rapid fill adapter, which is what I do, that has a laser module. And you get a tool and an Allen wrench for adjusting your laser, and a tool for removing the fill port out of the barrel, because I don't run the laser or the fill port on the barrel at all. I don't even use the laser in the rapid fill adapter. I find lasers to be distracting and a giant waste of time. If I had one of those cool outfits that did the tracking of your laser shots with a computer program, I think it's called Smokeless Range, I'd find them useful. As a blinky light that activates on a target, giant waste of time in my opinion. Same with the little electronic targets that flash if you hit them. I hate them. I want to shoot targets that we shoot for IPSC or similar. Don't care about the rest of it. So how do we install this and how does it work? Well, I've already torn my gun apart because why would I show that on film? So I take my barrel, put it over here, take my recoil spring, which happens to be a 9-pound recoil spring from IPSC for you anyhow. Put that on there. Yeah, I still run the shock buff. We take the barrel. The barrel, as you can see, will not allow a live round to be chambered. There is no physical way for a live round to be chambered in this gun once this is installed. When you fire your gun, your firing pin or your striker will hit this little black spot in the middle there, the striker tip they call it. That will activate a ball bearing which allows air to come down into this brass piston. This will strike your breech face of your gun, causing your slide to go rearward. Once it goes far enough back that these vents open, the gas will vent out of here. The spring, recoil spring on your slide will now send your slide forward, closing this and resetting the whole thing to happen again. These black striker tips are user replaceable. All right. We install our barrel. We install our recoil spring. Oh, it's always a lot of fun trying to do this on camera. Make sure that gets on there properly. We put our slide back on. And then this can be a little bit fun lining up the barrel because it's just a little bit different. There we go. That actually worked quite well. There we go. Barrel is installed. Now we take the rapid fill adapter. We simply thread it into place. And it comes with a bunch of different spacers, very thin spacers, a thick spacer sometimes, so that depending on the gun you're using, if it's 1911 or a 2011 or a Glock or whatever, and the different barrel, the spacers allow you to properly index this module so that it's not sitting like this when it's installed on the gun. It allows you to index it and clock it to the right position. Like I said, my laser's dead, my batteries are dead, and I don't really use the laser anyhow. All right, that's it. It's installed. Now, what do? We take our paintball tank, which has the paintball adapter on it. You can also get SodaStream adapters, small CO2 cylinder adapters, you name it. We hold the tank upright, it's a CO2 tank, and we charge the system. I always do a few of these just to make sure I get a good charge. My tank's starting to go empty. I got to get that filled. Now it's ready to shoot. I can point it, pull the trigger. Here, let's see here. And you can see how easily this works. And I can get double action, single action, you name it. Now, with no sled in the magazine, the slide locks to the rear, and you can see the piston and the striker are out until the slide is allowed to go forward. And you see how it knocks everything back into place. With a magazine that has a sled, put that in, and it just keeps going until you run out of gas. The more rapid you fire and the longer strings of shooting that you fire, the less shots you will get out of the system, be it just the barrel with no rapid fill or even with the rapid fill. The rapid fill basically gives you double the capacity over just the regular barrel. I can get 60 to 70 shots if I'm just doing, 6-round strings or something like that. If all you're doing is 20-round dumps, you're probably only going to get maybe 45, 50 shots. It's the nature of the beast with CO2. As it gets cold, it's less dense. It doesn't expand the same way. We used to run into this with paintball all the time as well. And if you are using the laser, cool, you'll be able to track your laser, right? And then once the system is empty, and at any time therein, you can come along and you can charge it up. I think I got around, 15,000 shots or 20 or something thousand shots out of a, what is this? It is a 20-ounce paintball tank. So cost me about 10 or 15 bucks to get filled at a local paintball shop. Shout out to Miguel Gassano over at Valley Combat in Abbotsford. And full disclosure, I paid full price for this. We bought 2 of them. We paid full price for them. So no sponsorship deals, nothing like that. Are there things I would change on this? Yes, there's a few things that I think they could improve on. They do sell them now without a laser. It's cheaper now without a laser in the barrel, without a laser in the rapid fill adapter. Absolutely worth it to not get them with a laser, in my opinion, unless you have one of those fancy electronic range setups, or you just like to see blinky red dots. You can also get an infrared laser. We have one of those on the other gun. This is the grease that they supply for use with all their O-rings. Very important to use this because the O-rings do dry out otherwise and they'll crack, and then you won't get any shots out of this thing. Really simple maintenance. You just, like I said, keep it lubed up, keep it greased, and you're good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or ask in the comments below. Thanks a lot.